Hello, everyone. It is so good to see you all here. That was beautiful. And if that didn't touch your heart, I don't know what would. You're probably wondering why you're all here. And we really can't wait to share something very exciting with you. If you're involved in tourism at any level, or if you've ever traveled, anywhere in the world, you know how important this medium is. And you certainly already know how important it is when you have those experiences on the ground, when you connect with local cultures and you meet the people. It really does change the face of tourism. We've all been through challenges. And as such, this incredible project that we can't wait to share with you today is really, really, really going to touch your heart. So I'm excited. I'm just going to go around the room to the board of ME Ecuador here. You can see some of their faces here. I'm going to just say their names. They'll give you a quick wave. And then we're going to dive right into it. And so we can, lift the veil on this big mystery. And we thank you all for being here. So I'm just going to go left to right here. We've got Sebastian Vergara, who is on our left here, and you're going to hear his story. You've got the Santiago Martinez, Gentian Trails. You've got Ashish Sangrata from Big Five, who doesn't know him, and you've got Lee Strinsky from .2 Training. So we collectively are your board, and we are here to share with you some big news about ME Ecuador. So I'm going to turn it over to Sebastian, so he can tell you a little bit about the genesis of this project. We'll dive deeper, but he's going to give you a little bit of an overview, and then we'll get in with the program. So again, thanks for being here, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Gabby, and welcome all. First of all, thank you very much for being here. This is a project that we're very passionate about, and basically to give you what I think ME Ecuador means to me is that it's the perfect way to make a real change in tourism in Ecuador through real sustainable travel. I know sustainable travel has been here and there, but this is actually, as I would say, legit. It will allow everyone to see the country in a different way and have the opportunity to really understand, live and feel Ecuador. It is a deep immersion into our culture. This is one of the pioneering sustainability programs in tourism in the country, I must say, and is a proven concept that we have been working on this more than 4 years. So it's something that actually works, and it's something that we're very excited to finally share. Just imagine developing tourism programs based on people, these micro entrepreneurs, as ME stands for Micro Entrepreneurs of Ecuador. This is the way to start thinking directly on the little guys. They are the safekeepers of our cultures and traditions that are in danger of getting lost right now. And they're in danger just because it's not an economic sustainable way of life, and young generations do not see them as their path. Sadly, this is the reality. However, with Me Ecuador, it's the platform that can change all that by making them have a good business through sustainable travel. And future generations can actually get involved more and more. And we have had already a couple of examples of this happening. Believe me, these MEs, these micro entrepreneurs, are the key to transformational travel for your clients in Ecuador. The deep immersion that you're gonna get with them is priceless. And the passion they have and are ready to share by developing and maintaining the knowledge passed to them by their ancestors gives whoever their audience is an experience that is so strong, that is actually tangible, is extremely real. This program sounds everything like a foundation and everything, but this program for me is not a handout. It's actually a collaboration with micro entrepreneurs, and Me Ecuador will showcase these amazing people to you. But to be honest, all of us that are in the board of Me Ecuador could not possibly do this without your help. You have the key to make this work. You are the final link of this beautiful venture. Simply by spreading the word, creating awareness, and developing tours around or about them, and help Ecuador not cannibalize itself because of the Galapagos Islands. My country has a lot more to offer. The beautiful islands that we have are the perfect match for a country full of culture and nature. To really understand, live, and feel Ecuador, you have to enjoy both. That's one of the purposes of ME. So that being said, I want to hand it over to Ashish, who is one of the three people that we started this discussion, and it ended up being what ME is today and what you guys are here for. Ashish?
Thanks so much, Sebas. All of you have just met the president of ME Ecuador, and really this amazing board has come together. This idea was hatched in September of 2020, and I was in Ecuador, sitting in a vehicle, and we'll tell you more about the origins. But I have to share with you, my first visit to Ecuador was when I was 16, and it was a magical experience. But what we realized was that the destination seems to cannibalize itself. So you've got one destination fighting with the other for the same client. It's very unique to Ecuador. Other places don't really have that issue as much. You end up doing everything. So this idea was being brought about to say, well, if we're going to rebuild tourism, as we all are around the world, if we're going to rebuild tourism in Ecuador, and if 25% of the population is indigenous, why not rebuild it around micro entrepreneurs? People that have so much to offer, who frankly have suffered the most in the last 15 months and longer, and allow them to be at the forefront for the recovery, to redefine how tourism in Ecuador is seen going forward, that you're able to choose destinations not simply based on what a tourist board says or doesn't say, but rather by what a skill set and what a talent of a local artisan or a musician has that can show you the Ecuador you can't find in a guidebook, that can go beyond what you think you know about a destination. So that's what ME Ecuador, that's what we wanted to show you today. And this board you see here has come together with this cohesive idea that, yes, this is how we rebuild. This is, just as you heard Sebas say, this is what real sustainable travel from the grassroots, what it looks like. This is how it starts. It's an idea that just props up out of nowhere that just then morphs into a movement. And I think Sebastian put it best. We cannot do this without your help. So as you listen to the rest of this call, if you like what you're hearing, we are simply asking you to spread the word, to share, invite people to that Facebook group that you're on. Share what we're trying to do. We want this to be a movement to redo what Ecuador is about. I'll pass the baton on to Santiago, who was also there. Is also Santiago. I'll let you unmute and share your vision as well.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Well, it's fantastic to be, with people like Ashish that I know years, and of course Sebas, and we have shared so many things about tourism, and especially now with the pandemics. I mean, the most vulnerable people definitely are, these indigenous families that we are trying to help through you, basically. I'm a guide as well. And I know, from the fields exactly what is the feeling and what's happening, all over this amazing country. And this initiative that started with some amazing ideas between Ashish and Sebastian, and Jazz is leading, to help these people to give back, because we are in tourism, but we have to give back, And yeah, I mean, you are the ones who will help us, and we will just keep fighting and helping, our entrepreneurs.
Fantastic. And Lee, why don't you say hi, chime in, and tell us why you're involved?
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here and be a part of ME Ecuador. I'm here primarily because I was also the recipient of this great concept of being able to network with people who saw my talents and the value that I could bring to others, and 20 years ago who did the same for me. And through their encouragement and introductions, I was able to be a mom and an entrepreneur. And just recognizing that all it takes sometimes is just your voice to make a difference. I'm just really excited to be here to use my voice to help others who wanted to do the same that I did, which was just have a quality of life and provide for their family and do something that they loved. So I'm really, truly excited to be here to use the platform of the internet, which is the great equalizer. Doesn't matter if you're the biggest Fortune 500 company or a micro entrepreneur, the internet makes us all on an even playing field. So I'm excited to be here to help their voices come through to all of you.
Yeah, and I'm Gabriella from True Marketing, and I think that, you know, for me, I call myself a serial entrepreneur. I never stop, and I respect anybody that wants to roll up their sleeves and start their own thing. And I think what happened with all of this was that we had a reset, but it was unbelievable how so many of the bigger guys got helped, and the middle tier, and you know, and people got, you know, assistance, and the people that, like she said, that suffered the most were the people on the ground that actually make so much of what a travel experience is. Everybody sort of, you know, forgot about that base of people, and it is so incredibly important. And the only way we could get through this would be to hold hands and help, and dig ourselves out of it and help others at the same time. And I think that this idea, when it was brought to me, it just blew my mind, because it was a way not to just stand around and ask for donations and, you know, nobody knows where the money goes kind of thing. It was a way to actually lend your voice, lend your talent, lend your skill. And like Lee said, when somebody else has helped you, what can you do to pay it forward? This is all about paying it forward. It's not based on a financial project. It's based on good deeds. It's based on help. It's based on mentorship and helping people get, you know, get a step up by helping them believe better in themselves and being able to have a path towards networking properly to find the right connections to work again. Okay, so you're probably wondering why you're all here. We've touched on this a little bit. Again, this is a movement that is being created. It's not a financial donation sort of supported project. It is based on people spreading the word. It is a movement based on awareness. Movements only work when people spread the word effectively. So the best thing you can do for us after you take this all in and digest it, and we'll record it so you can watch it again, is to think about it. Think about, you know, the people that you're going to meet. Think about who you're going to help, and you actually can help. Because the way that you're going to help is sharing the word, but actually making the bookings, using the partners involved, whatever DMC you choose, whatever, you know, tourism provider you use, whatever, you know, artisan or chef you want to link up with, it all helps contribute to the bottom line, and it all raises everybody up. So nobody will ever ask you to contribute anything but your time and your social share and your goodwill, and also hopefully directing your bookings towards some of the partners. All right, so this is really exciting now, because you know, the core of this is the people involved and who you're actually going to be working with and helping. So I'm going to turn it back over to Sebas, who's got a real treat. He has got some of the micro entrepreneurs that he has been working with and mentoring. So you're going to meet them. We're going to ask them some questions, and then you're going to see for yourself how this is all already helping and how this is in progress.
Thank you so much, Gabby. We could have put it in better words. So everybody, let me introduce you Ali Lema and Segundo Lema, who are actually the entrepreneurs of Taitagundo. Por favor, Ali, Segundo.
Hola, hola.
Hola.
Hola, buenos días.
So these entrepreneurs are actually one of the safekeepers of something very important towards the culture of the Quechua community here in Otavalo. And they safekeep music. They have a beautiful workshop of music, and they play many different types of instruments, and they give a sensational experience that is based on the Andean cosmovision through music. So they tell the story while they actually keep playing it. It's really, really interesting. So I know we have a couple of questions for them, Gabby.
Sure. Okay. Well, I would love for you to tell us your story. How did you start this, and how did you get involved with these? How did you bring these passions to create a business for yourself?
Entonces, ¿quieren saber cuál es su historia, Ali?
Comienzo.
Sí.
Hola, hi, nice to meet you again. My name is Ali. First, I'd like to tell you something in Quechua. The Quechua is our language in our communities, and to say thank you very much. We say pai pai. First, I want to say pai pai for you, for your time. Well, my history, always I had inspiration when I was saying my mountains, my waterfall, the people or the traditions. When I am with my father, Taitagundo, always I have inspiration to continue with the traditions, with the music. I feel the music it's very important to continue with our culture, with our culture. And I have my son, I have my daughter, and I wanted to continue my traditions with them and with all children. I think the music is very important to preserve our ancestral knowledge.
That's amazing.
Thank you, Eli.
Bye,
Segundo, anything, algo que adicionar
Sobre el tema,
de su historia, de cómo empezar.
yo empecé a raíz de mi papá y mis abuelos habían sido músicos, entonces por ende me han dejado un legado y estoy orgulloso de que este legado esté llevando a mi hijo, y sobre todo me siento orgulloso porque mi nieta también lo está llevando, y es por eso que nosotros estamos bien agradecidos por este legado.
So thank you, Segundo. So he says basically that this was passed to him, this ancestral knowledge was passed to him by his father and his grandfather, and he's very proud that Ali here is actually following their footsteps to protect the legacy that they have. But also there's a fifth generation into place, which is Ali's daughter, Palomita, and her grandkid. And he's very proud and he's extremely content that this kind of project is actually fostering this and to keep them alive.
Amazing. And we can see and hear the passion already. That's wonderful, and why they do what they do. Now, I know COVID was difficult. Everybody had a different story, but all of it challenging. So how did that affect you? And what do you most look forward to in the future, returning as we get a little bit more normal?
Entonces hay dos preguntas. La primera, ¿cómo afectó COVID dentro de todo esto? Y la segunda, ¿qué esperamos sobre todo esto? O sea, ¿qué se espera para el futuro?
Okay. Before, I have a question for you. Do you remember how do we say thank you very much in Quechua language? Who remember?
It was like Chichi or what was it?
Bye bye.
Pai pai. I know it was two one-syllable words. Pai pai.
Okay, for your question, before the pandemic, the pandemic time, we were very happy because we were working in our house, in our workshop every day with the visitors because they came to know, to conocer, to know.
Yeah, to meet
our traditions. For us and for me particularly, I was very happy because we were working a lot of years to work with the tourists, and in the last year before the COVID time, our dream has come true. Has come true. Excuse me, I am practicing my speaking. And when the pandemic time the COVID came, all our work totally stopped. For the second question, now in these new times, again, we have the way is again open, and for me, my heart is again with more esperanza, with more hope, because sometimes in the week we receive the visitors, and for me, I think it's a best opportunity to again continue with these traditions. As we know, with the new biosecurity protocols, and for me it's a new opportunity to be and to share our traditions with more cuidado,
with more care.
Bye
Bye, Ali. Segundo, la pregunta es, cómo fue el tiempo durante el COVID. Y una segunda pregunta después de eso es, ¿qué espera usted en el futuro?
Bueno, la pandemia que nos cogió el COVID prácticamente nos sorprendió y nos dio mucha pena, y sobre todo estar aquí encerrados en la casa.
So he's saying that COVID was something horrible that happened because everybody was like closing their own homes and it was a complete stoppage of what they were doing.
Y sobre todo, pues nosotros estábamos encerrados y fue una pena de lo que nos estaba pasando, nos sorprendió.
And most of it all, it was bad for them because they, as being locked up, they were caught off guard. So it was a surprise for them, this happening.
Así como decía mi hijo, pues entonces lo que nosotros ahora queremos es, viendo lo que está reactivándose poco a poco, pero queremos estar mucho mejor que antes.
So as his son said, as Ali said, they want this to see growing and keep the visitors coming, so everything gets reactivated, and they're really ready for that. That's the hope they have for the future.
Wonderful. And what do you hope to gain and to get from the ME Ecuador program?
¿Cuáles son sus expectativas con el programa de ME Ecuador?
Okay. Well, before I have one new word for you. Please pay attention. Heart, corazón. In Quechua language, we say shungu, shungu, shungu. So after I answer, I will question you how is shungu, how is heart in Quechua language. Okay, with this program, we hope the emprendimientos,
The entrepreneurs.
yeah, you here. We hope our works or entrepreneurs can be open to the world. I am my shungu. Do you remember my heart? My shungu. It's very, very happy because today I have the opportunity to share these dreams, these hopes for you, for all people. And I hope all people who has shungu and conscience can come to Ecuador, to the communities, particularly from Otavalo. We live in Peguche, in the community called Peguche. And when the people, sometimes with Otavalo, with Sebas, when they come, my shungu is very happy because we have the opportunity to share our knowledge to people around the world. And I have more inspiration because I say we can be in connection and we are the same. Somos de la misma tierra.
We're from the same earth, from the same.
We are from the same Alpa Mama, Mother Earth. And I hope with this program we can share these opportunities to be with tourist conscience. And to be together, maybe with the music, with the comida,
With the food.
with the food, and with the shungu. Pai.
Thank you, Ali. Are you gonna test them to see if they know how to pronounce it?
Luego.
Okay, afterwards. It will be a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. Just for all you to know, this is part of like being part of the me, is to know these two words. So you better pay attention. Thank you, Ali. Querido segundo, por favor, si me puede responder la pregunta de qué espera de este programa de Me Ecuador, de los microemprendedores del Ecuador para su emprendimiento.
Y yo estoy bien agradecido de todo, sinceramente, a todos los que estamos aquí, viéndonos yo por mi parte la primera vez, y estoy bien agradecido de que nos haya tomado en cuenta y que nos estén valorando nuestro emprendimiento.
He says that he's very grateful for everybody that's attending this small conference, and particularly him that he has jumped into the program like just recently due to a couple of issues, because Ali actually had to get a job. He's working with the municipality right now, doing what he loves best, so that's good. But he's very happy that they were like taking into account with their work that they do with Tech Taekwondo, their entrepreneurship.
Y al mismo tiempo, pues seguir, nosotros confiamos, particularmente el pueblo quichua otavaleño y de donde somos la comunidad, de que nos hayan tomado en cuenta, estoy bien agradecido.
And basically on behalf of all the Quichua community of Otavalo, they're very grateful that this is something that is happening. And personally, he's very grateful that he was taking into account to be one of the first faces that you guys can meet about Me Ecuador. And I've been talking with them, and one of the things that we set aside within Me Ecuador is one of the conditions that we have is that they have to collaborate as well. So they have to show other people that this program is sustainable enough or viable enough for them to introduce us to new entrepreneurs as well, people that are really passionate about what they do, and that can be part of like different experiences for tourists around the world.
It's just stunning. That's amazing. And this has been such a pleasure to chat with them. And I think you also have another ME to come in and say hello. Is that correct?
Yes, we do. So ya les quieres hacer la prueba porque ahorita ya le vamos a llamar a Claudia.
Yeah, yes, please. Do you remember how do we say heart in Quechua language?
Shungu.
Shungu, yes. And before when I was speaking, I told you, how do we say Mother Earth in Quechua language?
Alpha Mama.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
Bye. Thank you very much. With the Shungu, I want to say thank you very much for your time. I hope we can be together in this program, and with Sebas and with all you, we can be together. Bye.
Muchas gracias a todos ustedes de corazón, así como dijo mi hijo Shunguan. Igual a Sebastián, muchas gracias por habernos hacer compartir aquí, porque para nosotros es un inmenso placer de estar con ustedes por este medio.
Thank you everybody from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you to Sebastian to have invited us, and we're looking forward to keep working with you guys and meet you through these means. So thank you very much, Ali. Thank you very much, Segundo. Keep the hard work, keep doing what you do and are passionate about. And everybody, let me introduce now to Claudia from Causaimi. Bye, Ali. Bye. Bye, Segundo. Donde usted quiera. So everybody, let me introduce you to Claudia. Claudia has a beautiful entrepreneurship called Causaimi, and she's going to tell you what Causaimi means, of course. I don't want to take the spotlight of this beautiful woman, but she works within all of that is ancestral gastronomy of Ecuador. So Claudia.
Ali punja mashikuna ninan kushillamikani kikingunawa kay punjapi ñukanchik kawsayta ñukanchik yachaykunata kikingunama rikuchishpa katingapa. For me, it's a pleasure to greeting in my native language, Quechua. Yeah, I represented Quechua Otavaleños culture. For me, it's a pleasure I am here to sharing my culture. Okay. I talk about my project or not yet?
Yeah, talk a little bit about what you do.
Okay. In my culture, it's very important to open my kitchen or open my culture to sharing our traditional food, yeah, Andean gastronomic or Andean food is very important for us in my culture too. Yeah.
Perfect.
Sure. And when did you start this? When did you get started bringing people into your home?
I have a long time for talk about my history.
Is how much time does she had to talk about her history?
Oh, however she wants.
For me, it's good all day. Yeah. Okay.
Just a summary.
Yeah.
Not, don't give him all of it
Yeah.
right now. We're gonna give you like bit by bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. The project has 15 years. With my family, and I studied tourism and hotellery.
Mhm.
Yeah, we start with this project. Because it's very sad, the new generation is lost the ancestral knowledge in food. Okay, is how do you say no? How do you say desnutrition? I don't remember.
Bad nutrition.
Yeah, yeah, bad nutrition. There is in Otavalo. Yeah, there is in communities. Yeah, that is the problem is because it's not a continue when prepare the best or the healthy food. Yeah, for that reason, Kausaimi is our project, family's project name. Kausaimi, the meaning is the name is in Quechua, but the meaning is living our authentic culture. Yeah, the Kausaimi is created with the principal objective to conserve, to sharing authentic food around the world. Yeah. Also, we start. I was born in very how do you say humble family, and my dad and my father is not have work. Yeah, my father is farmer, and my mom is a care, guinea pig, a chicken, and a cow. Yeah, but it's not work. They no work. I am oldest daughter. I think is my responsibility to create one project and work in family. Yeah, and I love it tourism. Yeah, it's my passion. Yeah, tourism is a good opportunity when working tourism, when sharing my native culture, and also how do you say to promote our Andean food.
To promote
because
the Andean food.
Yeah, that is the reason. Is correct, the object, because you know Peruvian food, Ecuadorian food, how do you say Italy food is very famous. Yeah,
Italian
but
food.
yeah, is for example, yeah, in Otavalo, it's possible to promote Andean food because it's very healthy. Yeah, it's very good for the body. Yeah. And that is good.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, okay.
You're preserving the culture, and I believe that most people would eat healthy if they knew how. They're never taught. So you're getting people on the right track, and you're also able to share your culture, and that's amazing. So how did things change for you when COVID happened, and what are your hopes for the future with these kind of changes that we've been brought?
Yeah. Okay. Sí. Okay. Eran las dos preguntas. Okay.
Sí, las dos.
Antes.
Pero primero sepárale un poquito de qué pasó con el COVID
Okay.
y luego qué esperas después del COVID.
Okay. Before the COVID, we have many dreams because and I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we planning with my husband maybe building one house and a special room for my daughter and for buy something. Oh yeah, we will. No, we want. Queríamos.
We wanted.
We wanted to recibir.
Welcome their
Welcome
daughter.
our daughter in very beautiful place. Yeah, but when COVID was very, very sad, we haven't worked. My husband has the other project. He's a musician, photographer, and filmmaker. Yeah, filmmaker. But they all work was closed. Yeah. Yeah, I think is was very hard, difficult time. ¿Qué pasamos?
That we went through. It was a very difficult time that we went through.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Yeah, is terrible. Remember that time for me. Okay. But I have a lot of faith in the God. Yeah. And that was for me expectation that we will come better times. Yeah, every time in my memory or in my head,
Mind.
Yeah, mind. I say every time that. Yeah, and this year, yeah, start to reserve for cooking class or like restaurant, maybe one couples or one families in 1 month. Yeah, February, March. That was I was very happy. Yeah, and now in last month we have few
More
reservations, and I'm very, very happy because it's my passion to teach, yeah, my traditional, ancestral, and Andean food, to prepare meal food, yeah. That is, for me, it's an opportunity to open my hair, my house, my culture, and sharing our friends, yeah, all friends.
I love that. And you're staying so positive. It was really nice how you put that together and shared, okay, you just needed the one reservation to feel better again. And now it's more, and this is excellent. What do you hope to get and to grow with through the ME program?
You remember I have a lot of faith, yeah. In the communities the life is very hard, yeah, because and also I forgot to mention that we live in communities was a good opportunity in the COVID, yeah, because yeah, you remember the Pachamama, yeah, Mother Earth is like our supermarket, because we clone, yeah, cold food,
very organic.
Yeah, very organic, because we take some products for it, but in their city was more difficult, yeah, was more sad, because there isn't food, there isn't water, yeah, many problems, yeah. And also the indigenous communities, how do you say, not to conserve or to appreciate our traditional food. For example, the sambo is a kind of the legumes, like
it's a
pumpkin.
It's kind of like a pumpkin. It's more like a squash.
A squash, yeah. The squash was very important to eat because it's for prevent the COVID. Yeah, and some ingredients descubrieron,
They discover some ingredients.
discovered the ingredients is very good for prevent the COVID. For example, in my community, there isn't died any people. Como no murieron
Nobody
de-
died in her community.
And some families se contagiaron.
Some families got COVID. Yeah, some families.
Yes,
catch
just
COVID.
some, not all communities.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Retomando es. Yeah. Okay.
Taking
For
back
that
to the
reason-
question that she was answering. So what
Yeah.
do you expect
Yeah.
from this program
Yeah.
in the future?
Yeah. Okay. In indigenous community, it's very hard to find a good work. Yeah, and good job. Yeah, but tourism and with Me Ecuador is a good opportunity to open job for other communities. Yeah, the jungle, older people. Yeah, because it's just sharing our culture and sharing the earth, and for continue the generation to generation, the conserve the ancestral knowledge, ancestral process, for example, for cooking, ancestral food. Yeah, it's a good opportunity for everything, for every people in communities, for and also help to conserve our culture, the music, food, the dreams,
Dresses, weaving.
living, weaving, every tradition and customs.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. This has been beautiful. And this is just for all of you watching, just a glimpse of some of the amazing people that you'll meet as you continue to follow us. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
All right, we're going to bring it back to Ashish, because I'm going to direct this to him, because I mean, it's kind of obvious, like anyone who knows him knows any crazy idea could come out of his mouth at any time. So I would like to know, with you and the boys here.
We continue, Gabi. Claudia wants to say bye to everybody. So.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Kaya kaman tukuy shakuna. Okay. Thank you very much for that opportunity for in my Otavaleños culture. Thank you, Sebastian, for visit us. And we hope to bless the God, yeah, and bless the Pachamama, and because we have a good expectation with tourism, with our project. And thank you for your time. And in very soon we will in soon we will know you, and please, we invite to visit us, Otavalo, and our project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claudia.
Thank
Muchas
you.
gracias. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Gabi, sorry, back to you.
No, absolutely. That was wonderful. And I would just love for you three guys to tell everybody how this idea was born. Where do you come up with this, and how did this go from like 0 to 100 in a minute's time? Go for it.
Crazy idea is exactly the right way to put it. So I'll set the scene for you. It was September of 2020. So Ecuador had just opened up a few months before. Everybody still didn't know which way the world was going, and I would argue in some cases we still don't know. But I was one of my first trips outside the US, and we said, you know what, I need to go to Ecuador. And I was in the car with Santiago, and we were driving to Sebastian's hotel in Otavalo. And we were just sitting, and I said, we started talking, and all of a sudden, when you start talking, ideas start flowing. We said, I don't understand. When somebody comes to Ecuador, they either pick Galapagos, or they pick the Amazon, or they pick Quito, or they pick the highlands, or they don't do all of it. I was born in Kenya, and in Kenya, they do all of it. And you say, well, there's got to be, how do we do this? And then I started asking the question about, well, what about tourist boards? And of course, then we got into, well, tourist boards can't really do that. They start collapsing on itself. That's not really what they're designed for. So all of a sudden, then we show up. And Sebastian, I think when he was meeting us, was expecting to talk about the hotel. I don't know that he was expecting this. And we had lunch, and this energy just flowed. Sebastian's eyes just lit up. And it was almost like watching a nuclear explosion, because we just hit it off on this idea. And it was like, honestly, it was like meeting a brother. And it was like, oh, well, this is the, we can do this, and we can do that, and we can do this, and we can do that. And all of a sudden we started looking, going, holy cow, this is bigger than we expected it to be. We're talking about not just simply bringing local artisans to the forefront. We are talking about building an accountability model, creating business plans for micro entrepreneurs like the ones you've met, creating actual flows for them to follow, holding them accountable. Just as Seba said, these are not handouts. This is actually about, about giving them the tools to succeed, to achieve a dream, as Lee was talking about earlier. Next thing you know, we leave the lunch and we come in, and then a WhatsApp group starts called MBE Ecuador. Santiago starts it. And then this idea just flows from them. Well, what about this? What about this? What about that? And what was amazing is, as we had the twists and turns of this idea, the actual micro entrepreneurs stayed at the center. We started looking at all sorts of different models and account business plans and business plan templates. And the one thing we kept focusing in on is, how do we help these micro entrepreneurs grow? And how do we create an accountability model for them? Sebas, I'll hand it over to you. I mean, as the president of ME, you've just got you've got so much to add to this. I'll let you share as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sangrashka. So I remember seeing Santi, who I know a lot, and I was like, Santi, how are you doing? And Santi's like, I'm bringing you a very important client to your hotel. You better do not screw this up, man. And I was like, Santi, I'll be in my best behavior. So Mr. Sangrashka, how are you in the hotel? And she just says, like, did you practice how to pronounce my last name? And I was like, yes, I did. A lot. And then we started like talking a little bit. I showed him a couple of entrepreneurs. One of them was Ali. And I remember, as he said, that my eyes lit up when we were discussing after what ME was forming. I remember looking at him while he was looking at Ali playing music in our bar of the Hotel Otavalo, and his face just lit up right away. And I'm never gonna forget that phrase that you said, this is the kind of entrepreneur for me and for my clients. So it was just fantastic. And of course, Santi started like dancing on spot, singing the songs, like he just like went off and started like thinking and throwing like a lot of different ideas, in which we start like building up the concept and building up like, how do we stop the cannibalization of Ecuador, because we have the Galapagos Islands. And don't get me wrong, the Galapagos is a must, is a bucket list destination, but there's so much more, and you can do so much more. So everything started like falling into place. We had a couple, like, not a couple, we had a lot of meetings. Then Ashish started like opening it up, and he's like, I know two people that are like perfect for the job. And then we met Gabby and Lee, and he was completely right. Gabby and Lee brought so much into the table. I remember another phrase of Gabby is like, I had a couple of cups of coffee, so I'm gonna send you an email in a couple of minutes. Literally after 2 minutes, she sent the whole PR launch platform and tons of ideas. Lee was always on spot trying to keep us on track, saying like, I don't think that works, like very, very gently. So it has been a great ride so far, and it has been really, really interesting to be the middleman between the board of ME Ecuador and the local entrepreneurs, some of which I know for like a couple of years now, and some of which I'm starting to know, because for me, this is a game changer. This is the game changer of the industry, at least for Ecuador. And we are already like recruiting more MEs. So when I tell them about this whole thing to people that I have not known for that much time, they look at me and say like, do you work for the government or something? Because they always tell us these kind of things, but they never follow through. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I showed them the hotels that I manage, and they were like, okay, we're in serious business with you, but what do you want in exchange? And I always tell them it's not about what we want, it's about working together. You do have to commit to the MEs. I tell them you have to commit your time. You cannot waste my time. I do throw a little bit of tough love to them, and then we start like developing a relationship with them. And it's amazing how they start sharing their dreams, how they start sharing what they like, what their projections are, the ideas that they have. And it's basically guiding through what they have, because the potential, the essence, the culture is all them. They can really make transformational journeys happen, because once you meet one of these guys, you saw how Claudia and Ali are, right? Claudia and Ali feel very comfortable with this. And Ali's father is really good too, because he knows so much about this. And it's just amazing how to be there, because when I met them, I didn't tell them who I was. I went and paid for their product and sat down and just enjoy it. And this is things that gives you the chills. It's not something that is fake. It's not a tourist trap. It really gives you the chills. Even when I'm talking, I'm giving the chills, and they're looking at me right now over here, judging me, I think. And you develop the relationship with them, and you see how they start like reaching the goals. And then COVID happened, but it doesn't matter. COVID was a good opportunity to like re-engineer all of the ideas. And all of a sudden in COVID, I met Ashish through Santi, and this just started rolling, and now we're here. So that's something that is awesome. And for me also, one of the things that ME stands for is not that we're not living the Galapagos outside. We're actually already working in the Galapagos to create these experiences with the little people, with people that are pure, and their essence is fantastic. And it's a very good opportunity to grab them, put them into this program, that one of the main focuses is to like preserve and conserve the ancestral knowledge, the traditions, the habits of our country, so they don't become tourist traps at the end. So high-end tourism is the way to do so. So this is, for me, sustainable tourism at its best. I don't know if I can talk about this for hours, so I'm gonna shut up now.
I want to just add one thing about how amazing Sebas is, because Sebas, he was educated in the US, and so both of us went back to college. Santi was, I think, watching, going, what's going on here? And we break out this business model canvas where we're literally creating a code of conduct for MEs. We're creating a whole business model canvas where literally it's a recruiting process where we are going to MEs and saying, this is how your business plan will look. This is how we are shaping you to be. These are the ground rules. This is what you have to follow. This is what we will deliver to you. It is literally like taking an ME like Ali, like Claudia, and putting them in some form of business school, and actually teaching them how to run their own business so they can benefit. And Sebas actually is just, again, as he said, it was like we were cut from the same cloth, because we started talking business, that was it, I was in, and we went from there. I know, Gabby, you want to keep us moving along, because as Sebas said, we can keep talking forever, but I know.
No. I'm loving it, because this is my passion, and I'm every single time I speak to you guys, I learn something. So amazing. No, really, I do. And I think, okay, I'm gonna ask you a very direct question. Why you? Why isn't somebody else doing this? Like, why are you picking up the relative slack? I mean, what's going on here?
That's the question. I mean, Santi was the main driver behind this, because Santi just sat in the car and tolerated my nonstop, I was berating him at some point, and I think he just started tolerating it. But Santi was the main driver to bring us all together. And it's, the idea really, and Sebas said it, is that it's doing what a tourist board can't, won't, who knows, but really can't. It's doing what a single entity can't. Why us? Why not us? Anybody who knows who we are, sustainability comes up. I'll share a little tidbit. Yesterday was my birthday, and everybody comes up and says, oh, best wishes, hope your wishes come true. My wishes have all already come true. Making other people's wishes come true, especially people like Ali and Claudia, that's actually what my purpose is. And that's what our purpose is. And that's what brought ME Ecuador together. And all of you on this call, you're listening to me carry on because at some level you believe the same thing. So I'll turn it back over to you, Gabby.
No, and I love it. And you're taking action. I get exactly, that's what I was going for. Like, who isn't doing this and should be doing it, right? And so there you go. And then to Santi, really quickly, why is this important from a guide's perspective? I mean, you see things from multiple lenses, right? You know, but what makes this, where's that connection between, I guess, a guide?
As a guide, I am as well, I think we have a different vision, when you are in tourism, because you are in the fields, you are in constant contact with these people, with the indigenous people, with nature, with environment, with everybody, and you really know in depth what's happening. So for me, it was fantastic, when I met Ashish and later on Sebas, because with these two visionary heads that also are fantastic in numbers and finances and business. So it's a great mixture, from everywhere. So also that's the question, why us? I mean, there was this this group that just got together, a bit crazy, which is you have to be crazy, to succeed and have some ideas. And of course, from the point of view of a guide, the guides, we are trying always to help indirectly and directly as well to these people. Why? Because, we are in the field. So my message will be for the audience here to tell, your DMCs, to tell your hotels, to tell your clients, to tell your people, I mean, go and visit, Ali, Claudia, in the Central Andes, we have more people in the jungle, in the cloud forest, and help them. So you're not helping us, you're helping them. And it's fantastic and so rewarding, so it's another awakening, and these ideas really will let these people keep going and keep, their heritage forever. Yeah. So as a guide, then I made few comments to Ashish and to Sebas, and then other comments came around, and then that's it, to be absolutely honest. I mean, the ones who really create, I mean, organically, this in a fantastic way were Ashish and Sebas. So I'm here, I'm in the fields, but we are together.
Amazing. All right, so we're going to close it out. Gentlemen, any last words, any thoughts you want to leave with anybody before I say goodbye?
Well, Sebas, as president of ME, do you want me to go first, or would you like to go first?
No, please go ahead.
Okay, so Lee had to jump off a bit earlier, but I you heard what she had to say, and she's pretty powerful as well. So we just thank you to Gabby for agreeing. I messaged Gabby and said, I got a crazy idea. Do you want to hear it? And she says, yes, I'm in. Okay. So thank you for actually listening and saying yes and driving us to this point. It's going to get bigger from here. So to those of you that are watching, you will get the Facebook link for our group. We've invited some of you already. Those of you who are already in the group, please go and invite your friends. We're going to be posting videos of Ali and Claudia already in the group as well. We'll be posting more as well. The recording for this webinar is going to be there as well. So if you're in the group, please invite your friends. And just as you heard Santi say, this is not about who you work with. This is about making sure you have choices and you ask about this. In the coming weeks and months, you're going to see press releases about ME Ecuador. You're going to see movements. You're going to see different news articles about ME Ecuador. Share it. Pass the word. Let this build. This is a movement. This is not something, as Santi said it best, this is not about us. It's about them. And we need your help to put a megaphone to our voice. Sebas, to you for any words?
I think we've said it all. We shouldn't share more of what we're doing. Let's leave something for afterwards. But the only thing I want to say is pai from the bottom of my shungo. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. This is actually something that all of us are passionate about. And if you're in this call, you're passionate about it as well. So this is something for the greater good. This is circular economy. There's a lot of sustainability concepts behind this thing. There's going to be certifications for these MEs. This is doing well for them to preserve something that could potentially get lost. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I want to thank everybody in the board of ME, Gabi, Lee, Santi, Ashish. Thank you, everyone, for this ride that started a year ago. I just realized that. And everything that we have developed and constructed with all the ups and downs, because nothing that actually is worthwhile is going to be perfect all the time. and we're gonna have some major setbacks. And I'm just looking forward to like destroy those obstacles and keep moving forward with these beautiful movements. So thank you very much, everybody. And Gabby, I think you should say something to close this up, because you're better than that. Thank you.
I need more coffee, but no, this is really great. Amazing turnout. And we're thrilled that you were able to be here for the preview. Follow along. We're going to create the hashtag ME Ecuador. We're on Facebook already. Join the group. It's Facebook/ME Ecuador. And please just pass the word on, share some videos, just support us, and support these amazing people by just using the power of social media. Have it do something good instead of, have it be a forum to start arguments with strangers. Use it for something positive. But thank you so much. And we cannot wait to keep you posted. So we've got, you're going to be kept on our list. We're going to let you know, when we have updates, but, come to Ecuador too, see this for yourself, but most importantly, tell stories and share stories. So with that, I will thank you very much, and we'll see you all again soon. Thank you.